All right, I'm back here with the Plymouth. Been trying to sell it for a few months, but not really making progress on that. I haven't had anybody seriously interested. A couple of weird trades, but not really piquing my interest. So I had a different idea. Actually, I really like the car and it drives okay. It needs a little bit to drive great, but I kind of don't want to put money into it anymore. So maybe we can get it off to someone else who can put more love into it than I want to right now. I don't have the space or the time. I'm working on the Model A lot, and it's what I'm interested in right now. So there's actually another car channel, probably my favorite car channel that I watch pretty religiously, and I don't watch any others regularly like I do NNKH, No Nonsense Know How. He does a decent amount of fly-in drives, just likes to fix stuff up. If you haven't seen that channel, 100% go check it out. He worked in a shop doing flat rate work, so he works really efficiently. You could say no nonsense. He kind of just fixes what's needed to be fixed, drives it around, enjoys the car, and moves it along. He keeps a lot of stuff, but I just really enjoy watching him work, and he does some fly-in drives sometimes. And so this is specifically for Chris at No Nonsense. I'll offer the Plymouth here up to you for free. Maybe we can figure out a way to, you can come and grab it and do some work on it, fix it up, drive it, maybe move it along to the next person, YouTuber, whatever, and potentially we can keep it going like that. So if you're interested, what I had in mind is probably you just fly out here. We can do some work on it. Obviously, we got a shop and some tools. We've got a room for you to stay in. There's other stuff to play with too. We've got a 64 Galaxy here that hasn't driven in plenty of years. See that? And a Fox Body 5.0 that I don't think has started in probably 20 years. I'd have to get some details on that, and the Model A should be running fairly soon. I'm just kind of in the middle of an oil change right now. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff to entertain ourselves here. You can do whatever you need to do and go road trip it, drive it home, drive it wherever, fix some stuff, make it better, and then pass it on to the next YouTuber. And then they can fix some stuff, drive it around, do whatever. Maybe we just keep it going. I don't know, open to ideas. But I think that would be pretty fun. Got a few other videos on the car showing how we pulled it out of the woods, rebuilt everything. So you can check those out if you want, but let me just show you around the car real quick here. So 1965 Plymouth Fury, very similar to the Fury wagon on Chris's channel. His wagon was, I believe, a 66, and it was a big block. And this is 65, so slightly different grille, and it is a small block 318. 318 poly head. So we went through everything. Bottom end I didn't touch, lapped the valves, resealed everything up, and just replaced all the wear items, electronic ignition, alternator, water pump, everything. Recored the radiator, so that's all brass, nice little $800 radiator. Battery cables, changed to a dual brake master, new regulator, overflow bottle on the coolant. It is a factory AC car. All the AC stuff's in the trunk. Heater cores leak, so no heater AC. The body is fairly straight. There is, I believe it started out its life in Ohio, came to California sometimes in the 70s. There's a little rust hole in the rocker there, a little starting there. There's a dent in the front fender there. And it had a gas tank fire at some point. So the whole trunk floor is rotted, but it's still usable. New gas tank. I put all new gas tank and stuff in it, but the trunk floor, it would need a trunk floor to be proper, but it totally works as it is. All the lights work. Like I said, new gas tank, 26-gallon gas tank. It has Jeep XJ wheels and tires. Unfortunately, had to put spacers on it to fit those, but they're 235 75 15 all-terrains. They're fairly old, but they have good tread. Brand new windshield. Let's take a look inside the trunk. So I just have a piece of carpet laid down on the trunk floor. Works just fine. Got the full-size spare up there. Bunch of parts. Here's the AC pump and all that junk. Just, you know, parts. Got vintage California plates on there, front and rear. And the interior, redid the package tray. Nice clean back seat. Vintage floor mats of the era. Front seat was a little worn, so we put a cover on it. Same floor mats up front. Horn works. None of the gauges work, so that might be something to work on. I would say the gauges would be nice to have if you're going to road trip, at least water temp, oil pressure, something like that. What else would I do for a road trip? Oh, the power steering. So I rebuilt the pump, but the steering box is a bit worn, so the steering box leaks a whole bunch. I don't know if the pump is working, but it makes no difference if you put the belt on or not. Right now the belt's not on because it leaks less when the belt is not on. So it's manual steering right now. It's pretty loose. I think it just needs a rebuilt power steering box, or I don't really know. Not an expert on that. So there's a lot of play in the steering wheel. It sags in the back, needs springs, but that's not really a huge issue. You could just turn the torsions down and lower the front to match it. New shocks all the way around, went through the brakes completely, and my nemesis, the carburetor. I have a stock carburetor on there, or I have a stock carburetor in the trunk, I believe, and there's an Amazon carburetor right now. I don't know how to do carburetors, but the fuel drains overnight or boils off or something, so it takes a while to get the fuel pump pumping in the morning. When it's cold, it really doesn't like to run very well. But once it's warm, it's mostly fine. So that could use some attention for sure. But it doesn't overheat. As far as I know, I don't have a temperature gauge, but it drives fine. Transmission leaks a little bit. It's probably the pan gasket, even though I sealed it. But you know, top her off, good to go. So Chris, if this is something you're interested in, let me know. We'll make a deal. It'd be super cool to see it go somewhere else and see its life continue. If not, you know, maybe I'll throw it up on Bring a Trailer, no reserve, or if anybody watching has different ideas on what we should do with this thing, let me know. I mean, there's still stuff I want to do. It's just hard to have the money and time to get it done. Just, you know, we're not making any money on this car, so maybe Chris can provide some more entertainment for us. And I'm going to send a message to Chris on Instagram. Maybe he reads them, maybe he doesn't. So maybe if a couple of you guys on there can send him a link to the video too, just make sure he sees it. And yeah, let's see what happens. Forgot to mention where we are. We're about an hour southeast of Sacramento in California's Gold Country, and so yeah, you want to road trip around West Coast, north, south, whatever. We're near Sacramento.